What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a very quick video on how to drive the Lamborghini Huracan Evo Spyder. I've done a full half-hour POV and review and drive of this car, as well as a day in the life with it. I'll link that here and below in the description for you to go check out if you want a much more in-depth video, because this is just going to be a super quick video on how to drive the Evo Spyder. Now, first things first here, we'll go ahead and hop in. You can unlock the car and that will expose these flush door handles right here, which you can grab to open the door and hop on in. Now we'll go ahead and shut the door, and on the left here, obviously you've got your locks as well as your mirror controls up here, and then down below, just like any other car, you've got your seat adjustment controls. Moving on down by our feet here, you've got your engine compartment hatch here, as well as the front trunk release button above it. Now continuing up above that to the left of the steering column, you've got all your headlight controls right here. And moving on to our steering wheel, on the left side here, we've got our turn signals, which you click left to right and press to cancel. Above that, you've got your high beams. To the right side, you have your windshield wiper controls, and then down here on the left, you've got your gauge cluster screen toggles, and then to the right, you've got your cruise control settings. Below that, we have our different drive mode selections: Strada, which is street, Sport, and then Corsa, which is race mode, and you'll see a little bit more of that later on in the video. Now continuing to the right here, underneath our AC vents, you have some different button controls. Flanking either side to the left or the right, you have the respective window controls for the driver and passenger seat. This is your front nose lift, the front axle lift, which this car is equipped with. Helps you coming in and out of driveways. Then we've got our stability control, our hazards obviously, parking sensors, and then the auto start stop on off. Now continuing to the right of the console, before we move on to the infotainment, you've got your cup holder, which you press to open and close, and then below that you have your glove box. Continuing to the infotainment, you've got this 8.4-inch touchscreen, which controls a lot of different aspects of the car, everything from the vehicle and the LDVI controls, which I go a lot more in depth on the full POV review and drive. Suggest you go check that out. And then your different media options, telephone, whatnot, and your AC controls too. The only thing I don't really like about this car is that you have to use the touchscreen to change the AC, which gets annoying and it's laggy at times. Other than that though, the touchscreen is pretty nice and smooth for the most part. Now moving down, you've got your ignition, the start stop button with this cool little cover here, and below that you have your gear selectors, which you pull to put the car in reverse, press to put the car in park obviously, and then when you're already in drive, you can hit that M button, which is manual, and it will allow you to shift manually with the paddle shifters. Now I started the car to show you to put the car in drive. There is no drive button. You just click the paddle here to shift the car into first gear like that. And if you want to put the car in neutral, all you have to do is to press both paddles on the left and right at the same time. Now under our gear selector here, you have the parking brake, which you push to release or pull to activate, and then you have that rear window wind deflector. And on the left side, since this is a Spyder, you've got your soft top controls, which you pull there to open or close the roof, which we'll do now. And that motion of opening or closing it can be done in 17 seconds at speeds up to 31 miles an hour. All right, we've taken a quick look around the car stationary, so we'll go ahead, start it back up, and go for a little drive. Now pulling off, we'll just keep the car in Strada right now, which again is street, and we will cycle through the different drive modes in a minute here. Again, this is just going to be a super quick how to drive video on this car. If you want a really in-depth look, check out that full POV review and drive I did. And then what it's like to live with this car, I did a full day in the life video. Again, those are linked below. Check those out if you want a lot more in-depth POV of what it's like behind the wheel of this car. I'm going to go put that rear wind deflector up real quick to kind of help with some of the buffeting. I will drop the car down to Sport, and we'll also hit that M, which allows you to shift freely with the paddle shifters. As you can probably tell, the car gets much louder once you drop it from Strada into Sport or Corsa and those valves open up. You've got that amazing 5.2 liter naturally aspirated V10, which just sounds incredible. And then paired with that 7-speed dual clutch LDF transmission, this thing is just an absolute pleasure to drive. Notch further and go ahead and drop the car into Corsa. Again, you've got that 8.4-inch touchscreen, which controls a lot of different aspects of this car. We go much more in depth with that in the full review as well. You can go ahead and hit vehicle and then LDVI and take a look at a lot of the different driving dynamics, which is cool because it's displayed in motion in real time. Might be a little hard to make out in the camera now, but pretty awesome aspect of this car. Both paddles, that puts the car in neutral. And with the car in neutral, all you have to do is hit that upshift paddle and it'll put it back into gear. Ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much covers our real quick how to drive video on the Lamborghini Huracan Evo Spyder. Again, we've got the 2 videos of the full POV review and drive, as well as the day in the life of living with this car. I suggest you check out if you want a much more in-depth perspective on this vehicle. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.